started. And I say thank you, God, for the Last Dance documentary, because it is opening so many younger eyes to the fact that Michael Jordan was so much better in so many ways than LeBron James. And I agree with you, it has become open season on LeBron, but it's for all the right reasons, because what has happened is, Shannon, this has become LeBron's worst nightmare. This is times 10 your worst nightmare. This is opening the eyes of the Undisputed faithful to the fact that Jordan clearly was better than LeBron. And our fans, our viewers, are getting beaten over the heads with it day after day after day, enlightened over, oh yeah, Jordan did that, and he was that, and he was that, and that, and that, and that. We cannot go another day without another shot taken at LeBron, or should I say, another kudo thrown to Michael Jordan. And I just, in recent memory here, just in the last week or so, we had Michael Malone, the coach of the Denver Nuggets, take a shot at LeBron, saying that he does not have the killer mentality that Jordan had. I've been saying that for what, 15 years on national TV? It's the biggest duh in the history of sports. And finally, people are awakened to the, oh yeah. And when a rival coach of a very good team in Denver goes on the record with it, you're like, yeah, okay. Now it's starting to hit home. And when Dennis Rodman, a two-time Defensive Player of the Year, and for a 5-year stretch, the best defensive player in basketball, says, yeah, I could shut down LeBron. Obviously, when Dennis was in his defensive prime, yeah, he could have, because he simplified it by saying LeBron's game is really simple. He doesn't have any moves. Yeah, he's a great driver of the basketball, but if you keep him from the rim, is he a great shooter? No, he's a below average shooter, certainly by superstar standards. And now we start to get to the intangibles. What did I tell you yesterday? Larry Bird was better than LeBron. I told you that yesterday on sitting right here in this chair. I told you. Larry Bird had 30,000 moves that LeBron never dreamed of. Larry Bird was maybe as clever and creative a scorer as I can ever remember. Not as athletic as LeBron, but you want to talk about this and that and moves and shooting? Oh, Lord have mercy. He could have shot LeBron out of the gym. Now back to David Blatt's contention. Let's break it down. Intangibles. What is happening here? The first thing David Blatt said was, Michael won the most championships with one team. That's a powerful statement from a David Blatt, who, I remind everybody, is the most decorated international coach ever. Not even close. Not in the NBA, because he lasted his season and just a few games with LeBron. That was LeBron's fault. But outside of this country, around the world where basketball is global, just check it out. David Blatt has won everything you can ever win. He's won multiple EuroLeague titles. He's won multiple EuroLeague Coach of the Years. He's won the Italy Championship, the Israel Championship, the FIBA Championship multiple times. He is an all-time great. He is the greatest coach outside the confines of the NBA. Now, Jordan won multiple championships with one team, the most. So what does that tell you about LeBron? David Blatt is saying, well, wait a second. He had to take his talents to South Beach. And then he had to, wait a second, he had to leave his best friend Dwayne Wade high and dry on South Beach and take his talents back to Cleveland to join forces with Kyrie and Kevin Love. David Blatt happened to be the first-year coach of that team. And when that ultimately didn't work out and Kyrie took his talents to Boston, then LeBron had to go Michael B. Jordan and go to Hollywood. And then he struck out in Hollywood and missed the playoffs, and his team went 28-27 in the games that he started for his first-year Lakers. And he had to power play the move of the year to get Anthony Davis to come from New Orleans to give him the help that he needs as a co-star in Los Angeles. Michael never had to do one of those things, not any of those things. Now we get to the I versus the us that David Blatt points out, and David Blatt saw it up close and personal, firsthand. What have we seen? Let me go back to Kyrie that I just mentioned. What did I tell you the day Kyrie left LeBron and went to Boston? I told you that a source very close to Kyrie told me the number one reason Kyrie left was that LeBron had become more about stats than winning, more about building a resume by stat stuffing than a legacy of winning championships, because he had realized it was game over against Michael Jordan, 6-0 in the finals with 6 MVPs. So it's all about stat building and reputation building. And that's why LeBron James, even as we speak, has taken the most shots in the fourth quarter of NBA games this now abbreviated season, because he stat stuffs in blowout losses in which he stays in the game to pad his stats against bad teams. It's all he's got are accolades. He needs to lead the league in assists finally in his 17th year, which he is doing as we speak. What is he at? 10.6. Way to go, LeBron. I still call him the best passer in basketball. But hey, Michael Jordan, people forget, but their eyes are getting open now. Michael Jordan could have led the league in assists if he had chosen. Well, how about this? Well, wait a second. How about 88, 89? He came close. He had 8 assists a game. LeBron's got 10.6 right now. Wait, Michael Jordan went a whole year while winning the scoring title and averaging 8 assists a game, and he averaged 6 assists a game for his career. LeBron's at 7.4. It's not that different. If he had focused on that, if that had won him championships, he would have led the league in assists every...
Yesterday, LeBron posted several pictures and videos of him wearing a hat with the new Space Jam movie title, A New Legacy. So, Shannon, is this LeBron's response to MJ's The Last Dance documentary?
His movie, he's excited. His movie is coming out in 2021. And he just happened to have the hat. Hey, Bron, let your boy get one of them things. I'm going to wear one, too. You know what? Y'all need to stop this. Because eventually y'all going to say, the only reason LeBron James eating is because Michael Jordan ate. The only reason LeBron James drank water is because Michael Jordan once drunk water. Man, you stop this. That man can't have a life. He can't do things without it trying to be a subliminal message to Michael Jordan. Man, this is y'all getting ridiculous with this.
So, Shannon Sharp, you need to remind your man LeBron just to stay in the shadows. Get out of the way. Don't try to keep reminding us. Remember me? I did Space Jam 2, A New Legacy, they're calling it. There's only one legacy anybody cares about, and it's the first Space Jam. It was the only Space Jam that anybody cares about, and The Last Dance is all that anybody cares about. And in fact, Shannon Sharp just pointed out to me in the break that David Falk just said, I think it was on Boomer's show, that there was one appearance offered to Michael Jordan, a 2-hour appearance a couple of years ago for $100 million. And Michael said no to that. Well, that shows you just how all-time amazing The Last Dance is, because he has given those documentary makers dozens of hours sitting and talking from the heart. You're getting the GOAT from the heart, giving you the lowdown, the sit-down lowdown on what actually happened in 1998, how it happened, why it happened, and you're getting to see the GOAT unveiled for the first time, where you're seeing him in all of his glory. So, LeBron, just can it, stay in the background till this is over, and then try to do your phony GOAT things after that. We've seen enough of you for this time.
Do we have seen enough? But, well, how about this here, where there has been someone that's not as pleased with The Last Dance as everyone else has been? The great documentarian Ken Burns You know who he is. He said the mere fact that Michael Jordan had so much control, I don't really know if it's as good as it should be because there are some things that should have been in that probably taken out. So I just want you to know, want everybody to know, the great documentarian, one of the great historians when it comes to documenting things is Ken Burns, and he's not as pleased with it as Skip Bayless is. So now, what you gonna say about that, Skip?
I agree with that assessment. On the other hand,